Sorry, I may have over-caffeinated. Hey y'all, what up? It is Paige, and we are back with another video. Sorry, it's been a hot second since I did a video on this blog / channel. School happened. That's really my only excuse. Mostly in the past, I've done vlogs, but today's gonna be a little different. Today's gonna be a sit down, I'm gonna talk at you video, and if you don't like that, bye, I guess. I don't know. So today, I wanted to talk about how I chose my major. This easily could have been a written blog post, but I thought I'd make a video instead because it's spring break and I have free time, and why the heck not? For those of you that don't already know, I am a journalism and psychology double major here at the University of Iowa. But, little known fact, I originally came in as an English major. In high school, I loved to read and write. My ACT scores were like very clear that like that's what I was good at. It was like English and reading up here, and then like math and science were down here. Like there was a 10-point difference between my reading and my math ACT score, so yikes. Now, if you've never been to the University of Iowa, which I'm assuming most of you haven't, we're known for our writing program. And yet when I came on my first visit here, I almost didn't choose Iowa because of the English building. Like, you can ask anybody on campus, the EPB, which stands for English Philosophy Building, is the most depressing building on campus. It's like dark brick, narrow hallways, like there's not a lot of sunshine because like the pine trees block all the sunshine. It is just the most depressing building. So when I came on my first campus tour and I said I was interested in English, they gave me a tour of the English building. And I remember walking out wanting to cry. I was like, Dad, there's no way I can spend 4 years in that building. Like, no way. He's like, you can't choose a school or a major based on the building. And I was like, I know, but it sucks. Like, it is so depressing. But anyway, I did not actually take an English class for my major until my second semester, my freshman year. I went to the class the first day and I hated it. I hated it so much that I dropped it. I told my parents that I hated it, that I wanted to drop English as my major, and they were like, well, you can't base that off of one class, like 1 hour and 15-minute class. And I was like, no, it is a gut feeling. I cannot do this major. I love to read, but I like to read what I want to read, like when I want to read it. I don't like to be told what to read, which as an English major doesn't make a whole lot of sense. So, the very first semester of my freshman year, I took a gen ed called Media Uses and Effects. It actually is like the very first requirement for the journalism major. I loved the class, loved the professor. It was really interesting. I loved it so much, and I knew that I loved to write, and I had written for my hometown paper in high school. So I was like, Mom, Dad, I'm gonna change my major to journalism. To me, journalism seemed like a good middle ground between English and communications. I'm 3 years in, and I really enjoy it. Now, University of Iowa, they will not let you do journalism by itself. You have to either pick a certificate or another major to go with it. Most people, they double major in like political science or international relations, both of which to me sounded like awful, absolutely no fun, hell to the nah. So I was really conflicted about what to choose as my second major. In high school, I had taken an intro to psych class, and I found it really interesting. So I was like, I'm going to take a psych class here at the University of Iowa, see if I like it. And I did. And so on a whim, I declared psych as my double major. Now, journalism and psych, not a very common combo. Like, I've only met like 2 or 3 other people at this whole university that are the same combo as me. The two don't seem like they go together because, like, on the surface, they don't. But there's a lot more overlap than you would think, like especially when it comes to talking about like biases and how the news can affect people's behavior. And there's a lot of reporting on psychology in the news, like new study finds that chocolate is good for your memory, you know, that kind of thing. The great thing about the journalism major, for most of your projects, you get to report on whatever the hell you want. So I do most of my projects for my journalism classes on psychology related topics. So like I have really, I think, found a way to combine my two majors, and I like found my niche, which is a comforting feeling. I know what I like to write about and what I'm good at writing about, which is great going into the future. I still have yet to figure out how to apply that in the real world when I graduate in a year, but at least I know what I like, and that's more than a lot of people, I feel like, can say. So now for a little bit more of like a general major picking advice. I've said this in a blog post before, but you have to figure out what your priorities are. If your priority is being really well off financially in the future, pick a major that maybe makes you less happy but has a better prospect of making you rich. But if you're the kind of person like me who, in order to feel motivated, needs to actually enjoy what they're learning about, pick that major that interests you. No matter what your major is, unless it's something really concrete like pre-med or business, people are going to ask you how you're going to apply that in the real world. Like theater majors, music majors, dance majors. There's a lot of liberal arts majors that tend to get this bad rap of that's not applicable at all in the real world and you're not going to get a job. And to people who are in those majors, fuck it. Like, if that's what you enjoy, fuck it. Who gives a shit? You know, you'll figure it out in the future. Like, maybe that's not good advice, but you will. You'll figure it out. And for now, study what you enjoy. Do what you like to do, and in my opinion, the rest will fall into place. Maybe that's a naive view of the world, but that's the philosophy I'm following right now. I know that's not like groundbreaking advice by any means, and I know it's easier said than done to figure out what you want to do. I know a lot of people, and I was one of these people for a while. I was like, what? I don't like the major I declared, but I don't know what else to do, and I don't want to waste time and money taking a bunch of random classes to figure it out. So I'm a big believer that everything happens for a reason. Like, you end up where you end up for a reason. It's fine to not know, which is something that I have struggled with so hard. Last semester, I took a class from my major called Applied Digital and Social Media. And I almost dropped it within the first week. I remember calling my parents on the phone. Yes, I still cried to my parents on the phone as a junior. And saying, I want to drop this class. We have to start a blog for this class and pick a topic and write 2 articles a week. And that just seems like so much work. And I have no idea what the hell I want to write about. And my parents both encouraged me to just give it a shot. So I stuck with it. And that's how this blog was born. And I discovered that I really fucking loved it. Like, this is what I like to do. This is what I'm good at. And I was like, holy shit. And like, to think I almost dropped the class just because I was scared. Just follow your heart and follow what you enjoy, but don't give up on things too easily if they seem hard at first. Because guess what? Every college class is hard on some level. You just gotta know when to power through and when this is just really not for you. Yeah, that's really all the sage wisdom that I have. I just wanted to share this with y'all because this is all stuff I wish somebody would have told me when I was that terrified senior in high school trying to decide what I wanted to major in as I was applying to colleges. 'Cause that's a big fucking decision when you are 17, 18 years old. Like, that's a crazy big life decision, but just know it's okay to change. It's okay to explore a little bit and figure out what you want. Just fucking do you. That's the take-home message from this whole video, is just do you. Alright, so, I don't know how to end this, and I keep getting distracted by these 2 squirrels, like, flirting outside my window, so, bye!